traffic. We would like to welcome this afternoon the Honorable Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honorable Kathleen Hughes, and also to welcome you to the University of Guyana's Center for Information Technology. Without saying much further, as you know, this afternoon we are commissioning a teleconferencing platform that links Turkine and Tain, and which presents wonderful possibilities for education and for other programs.
It is really exciting to be here, and a special hail up to the members at the Tain campus. Are you hearing us loud and clear? Yes. So good to have you all in this discussion, and it's nice to be speaking to an even larger group of people. So sometimes it's not enough just to say thank you to the media for responding to our invitations to record the significant progress we in the Ministry of Public Telecommunications have been making. We really do appreciate the understanding of the media, because especially in an event like today, we are able to see how important they are as a group in sharing information on the developments that we're working so hard to achieve. So the Ministry of Public Telecommunications has been working very closely with UG since late 2016. And to date, we have completed several benchmarks. Our collective objective, that is, as many of you will know, we signed a memorandum of understanding with UG, and together UG and the Ministry of Public Telecommunications, we want to ensure that we're bringing more connectivity to the campus, to the universities, IDCE training institutions and outlets and locations, and most importantly also to the Teachers Training College, which is very, very close to where we are. Today we're celebrating the operation of our teleconferencing facility, which has been given as a gift, of course, to UG. And from a macro perspective, this teleconferencing suite is one more step in the march towards creating a higher level of digital connectivity for all citizens of Guyana. Let me tell you that really there's no time to pause. Where we are hoping to take Guyana as a country means that we want to ensure that we can provide as a government more and more digital services online. It means that things as simple as registering a birth, applying for a passport, getting your driver's license, and even applying for a company are things that we think can be done with greater efficiency and in a minimum of time if we do it all online. So that's the thrust of what we're trying to do. We recognize that the technology all over the world is changing rapidly, and Guyana has been a little far behind, but we're excited at the prospect of us being able to catch up. And this event today and the handing over of this equipment has a very, very important role to play in terms of how we are able to connect locations that are not specifically close to each other. Why it's so important for education, as we can see, is that here we have a Tain campus. And imagine anybody in that area or on that campus previously would have needed, if the course was only offered here on the campus right here, would have to consider traveling all the way to UG Turkine to come and participate. With the use of technology, we recognize that we can connect distant locations, and that of course makes it easy for individuals, for students, for teachers, for whoever it is in our society, in our communities, to be able to connect. Now, this equipment, in fact, was a gift by Huawei Technologies, which is a Chinese-based company, and they actually presented this to Guyana since 2013. And we are excited, I am excited that finally, with the help of the very capable staff at the ICT department here at UG, and with my staff, they made the commitment that, guess what? Although the instructions for assembling this unit was actually in Mandarin, I understand, they decided that they would put their heads together, and they have delivered. So hats off to our local, very capable staff. At the Ministry of Public Telecommunications, through our e-government unit, we have now connected 84 schools, and that is high schools. We've started with their computer labs, the teacher staff room, the administration blocks, and we have also added to those 84 high schools 20 different educational institutions. That includes the Guyana School of Agriculture, the Teachers Training College, and several other agencies. And of course, I'm happy to say that we have now connected also and created 56 ICT hubs. That means in a series of communities across the length and breadth of Guyana, we're creating these spaces where we are providing free internet access for citizens to be able to come and to be able to connect and to be able to use the internet. And I keep saying we want to look at the wealth of research and information that the internet offers, not only in terms of being able to be in contact with your family and your friends, but the possibilities for educational learning, e-learning, the possibilities of telemedicine for our remote communities, the possibilities it offers for online learning. So we are excited that we can present this vital piece of information and technology to UG. I think it opens up tremendous doors, and we now are only going to be limited by any failure on our part to use the equipment to the level that it can be used and provide the opportunity to connect as many communities and individuals. Hopefully, we want to, as UG expands, to have similar equipment at other campuses and some of your other learning institutions.
June is often known as the month for weddings, for marriages. But I consider this not so much a making of a marriage, but a renewal of our vows. Because we signed a memorandum, which was the consummation of the marriage. And this is one of those episodes of renewing the vows to strengthen the marriage. And so I want to thank the ministry, the minister, Mr. Floyd Levi, and all the technical team who have enabled us to have this episode of a renewal of our vows. Now, you know, the renewal of the vows requires two parties to act. And so let me thank publicly the UG colleagues who have been instrumental in making that renewal of vows happen. Professor Mohammed and the team, including Mr. Lensing, Mr. Sekar, and we've got some people who are both UG and e-governance. I'm not going to ask them to raise their hands.
Married.
They help to cement the marriage. One of the philosophers who I studied when I was a student here in the 1970s is a Spanish philosopher called Jorge Santayana. And Santayana once said that if you really want to know what people think, don't pay regard to what they say only, pay regard to what they do. And I think this renewal of vows is a reflection of not only the saying on the part of the ministry about the importance of using technology for enabling lives to be bettered, but it is a manifestation of the doing, the tangible demonstration. And so we want to enable the evidence of the doing not only to be used within the confines of this room, we want to have the evidence of the doing be in all the places where UG has a presence, potentially. And that presence is not limited only to the delivery of classes. Remarkably, and you might recall those of you from the media who were at our Turkine and Tain Talk series, I think it was Turkine and Tain Talks number 2, when we had the connectivity between Georgetown and Berbice using this wonderful technology. And so we intend, as part of the Renaissance, to push the envelope of engagement within the classroom, between classrooms, but also extending the educational horizons to the community using the technology. When it works great. And when there are technical challenges, they help us to improve the condition for the next time. So let me end by thanking everyone for participating, and thank our lecturers and our technical staff that will enable not only the, let me tell you what I think, but let me show you what I mean by what I do.